Welcome everyone to this event today. We are celebrating a historic water supply agreement between the City of Santa Barbara and the esteemed Montecito Water District. Welcome. October 21st, 2020 is National Imagine a Day Without Water. Here on the South Coast, it will commemorate the signing of this 50-year water supply agreement between our two water agencies. These two public agencies have been working hard to prevent any future days without water for the communities they serve. This agreement builds on decades of mutual cooperation that include the building of Jameson Reservoir, Lake Cachuma, Cater Water Treatment Plant, and the cooperation that we experience sharing state water supplies. This agreement embodies the interagency cooperation our customers deserve and expect. So for today, the speakers for our ceremony include Rebecca Bjork, our Public Works Director, who will share her insights as the lead of the city's negotiating team. Salud Carbajal, welcome sir, our Congressman, District 24. Doss Williams, our 1st District County Supervisor. Monique Lamont, our Assembly Member, is represented today by Michelle Sevilla. Welcome, Ms. Sevilla. And welcome, special gratitude and welcome to Floyd Wicks, Montecito Water District Board President, who will say a few words and conclude our virtual ceremony with our virtual water sales agreement video commemorating the signing of this water supply agreement. So thank you again to the entire team. And with that, I will turn it over to Rebecca Bjork, our Public Works Director. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. And I also want to thank you for being here. I'd like to acknowledge a few people who are not presenting but are attending today. Councilmember Oscar Gutierrez, Councilmember and Mayor Pro Tem Kristen Sneddon, Councilmember Eric Friedman, Arturo Keller, who is on our Water Commission, and Dave Davis, who is on our Water Commission. I believe you are all in attendance today, and we appreciate you coming to this virtual ceremony to join us. As the mayor noted, regional cooperation with Montecito is not new for the city. We've been working together for decades, and we're very excited with this really momentous occasion to extend that regional cooperation for another 50 years. A key element to the negotiations was really making sure that this was a fair deal for both parties, that neither party was getting an unfair advantage. We all work for public government. Our interest is in serving the citizens that we represent. We are not here to make money. We're here to do our work as cost effectively as we can. And we share that interest with our neighbor, Montecito Water District. And so that was an underpinning part of the negotiations. The other piece was really making sure that we would have reliable supply for the city and that we would be able to meet the terms and obligations of this agreement for the 50-year term. And so we worked very hard to make sure that all of those things were addressed and that we would have a contract and agreement that we would be able to honor for 50 years. Before passing this off to Congressman Carbajal, I really would like to recognize some key players on the negotiating team. We negotiated for 5 years and hundreds of hours. It represented an incredible investment by both agencies. And from the city's team, key players were Dan Henschke, Assistant City Attorney, Malcolm Hamilton, our analyst, Joshua Hagmark, our Water Resources Manager, played a very critical role and worked carefully and closely with Nick Turner from Montecito Water District to resolve issues outside the bargaining table as well. And then Jennifer Tomaszewski, who is representing our Finance Committee and joined us for many of our meetings as well. So with that, I would like to turn it over to Congressman Salud Carbajal. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. And I want to first start out by thanking Mayor Murillo for her leadership, thanking President of the Montecito Water District, Floyd Wicks, yourself, Rebecca, and certainly General Manager Nick Turner with the Montecito Water District, and so many others that played a key role in this historic and very important agreement. Let me just say that today is a very significant milestone for the region. When you consider that climate change is upon us as a serious challenge, and we've experienced significant drought in the past, and as we were discussing earlier, we're gonna continue to experience drought in the future. So what this extraordinary agreement does is it provides insurance for Montecito. It provides for water security for the future. It provides certainty. It reminds us that everything is regional, that this is an extraordinary partnership, and that this is in the public's interest by making sure that there is a fair price for water for all that are benefiting from this agreement. So let me just say congratulations to the city and the Montecito Water District for rolling up your sleeves, being visionaries, and knowing that while we might be slightly out of the harsh drought is around the corner again. And this exemplifies what good regional planning is supposed to be all about. So I just want to congratulate everyone. Having served as a county supervisor, I know that a good amount of the decisions and planning for our water security are local. And certainly you exemplify the finest in excellence in good planning when it comes to this historic agreement. So congratulations to all of you. I miss being a local elected official. And as your representative in Washington, I'll continue to do my best to bring about more grant opportunities to continue to build on these water security possibilities for our region. Thank you and congratulations. And it is now my job to introduce the next speaker. The next speaker is 1st District Supervisor Doss Williams, who once upon a time served as a council member for the city of Santa Barbara, a state legislator, now back serving as locally as a county supervisor, my old seat, 1st District County Supervisor. With that, Doss Williams.
Thank you, Salud, and thank you for your work as our congressman. I think first of all, it's important for the public to know that this is not a signal to stop conserving. We continue to need to transform ourselves, our use of water, particularly outside, the planting of more drought tolerant and more native plants. But this goes a long way to increasing our resilience against drought. As the congressman said, drought will return, and we will be better equipped to deal with it. And I have to say, I spent a number of years representing the city in regional water cooperation arrangements like COME, our Kachuma project. And it's clear to me what critics of public policy have said for many, many years, which is one of the reasons why in the United States, particularly the west of the United States, you have a harder time dealing with droughts than other areas of the world that have had to deal with them, is because our jurisdictions are so small. Our water districts are so small. We compartmentalize our solutions so much. So to me, this is really something to give Montecito Water District and the city of Santa Barbara some real kudos for. Because if let's just say if in Israel and Palestine, they spent this much time negotiating, there might be a deal. And your negotiators, after many, many years, hundreds of hours, did not give up on the idea of real regional cooperation. And if we can provide a model, this is really the way forward through drought resilience, not only for Santa Barbara and for Montecito, but for the rest of our region, particularly as we look at recycled water infrastructure, where often a plant will be closer to another jurisdiction's large water users rather than the jurisdiction that is working on it. So I hope this spirit of regional cooperation continues and spreads to all of the other agencies of our region. And with that, I just want to thank and introduce our Monique Limon, our assembly member, who's I consider a 110% great replacement for myself in the legislature, and she is represented today by AOC. I mean, Michelle Sevilla is representing her. Michelle.
Thank you so much, Das, and thank you everyone for inviting Assemblymember Monique Limon. But I am truly honored to celebrate with you all on her behalf. As the previous speakers noted, that this is truly a special moment to celebrate the energizing spirit and the rewards of interagency cooperation for the public good and sustainable planning and management of our community's water resources in the face of repeated droughts. And it's thanks to the excellent foresight in the managers and the major stakeholders in both the city of Santa Barbara and the Montecito Water District in planning the needs for our community. Our community has a plan laid out for the next 50 years, which is truly remarkable. And so I'm pleased to present and I don't know if it's pulled up yet, but we gave a certificate of recognition of the signing of your water supply agreement. And we have copies for both the cities, for the city of Santa Barbara and the Montecito Water District. Again, I want to thank you for inviting Assemblymember Monique Limon, and I'm truly honored to represent her. And next up on our list, I'm honored to introduce our next speaker and one of the major negotiators in this deal, Montecito Water District Board of Directors President, Floyd Wicks.
Thank you, Michelle, and good morning, everyone. This is a great day for recognizing the city of Santa Barbara and the Montecito Water District for their continued regional collaboration on water resources. I say continued because many people don't realize that we've already entered into an agreement that's lasted more than 50 years on the city's treating water at its Cater water treatment plant on behalf of Montecito. So as Rebecca indicated earlier, it's just been a long-standing cooperative effort on both parties' part. I'd like to personally recognize Rebecca as well, and those others in the trenches who made this happen. Joshua Hagmark, the city's water resources manager. Of course, Rebecca, everyone knows as the public works director for the city, and Nick Turner, general manager for MWD. They've worked, I can't tell you the countless hours they put in to make this happen. But it is fitting, certainly, to celebrate this on the nationally recognized Imagine a Day Without Water Day. And in Montecito and Summerlin during the recent record 6-year drought, which we talked about earlier as to whether it's really continuing, we came way too close to experiencing not only a day without water, but rather an entire community without water. As a reminder, during the drought, the Cachuma Lake Cachuma was at a meager 7% of capacity. The State Water Project in 2014 only allocated 5% of our Table A entitlements, and Lake Jameson, owned by Montecito Water District, was empty. So our three major supplies were literally on the ropes. The city's wise move in reactivating the Charles Meyer desalination plant ultimately led to today's event, which Montecito Water District joins in partnership with the city on this endeavor. It has indeed been a long road. However, it was the right road to take. I'm honored to have worked in concert with such a visionary group of people as the Water District Board of Directors, Corey Heyman, Brian Gable, Tobe Plow, and Ken Coates. and General Manager, of course, Nick Turner, along with the Santa Barbara Visionary Group, City Council, and key staff members previously mentioned, to effect this 50-year agreement to provide nearly 40% of our community's water supply needs with a drought-proof resource. On behalf of myself and all the public servants here today, I can say with confidence that this agreement focuses completely on meeting our customers' expectations. The signing of this water supply agreement is truly significant, and we have a brief film to commemorate it, so let's all watch that film now together. And thank you. The Montecito Water District entered into a 50-year contract with the city of Santa Barbara for one specific reason. It provides Montecito and Summerlin communities with about 40% of all our water needs with a reliability of 100%. When you have such a supply that's almost 100% guaranteed, then you also have price certainty. And I believe that's very important for the community to not only have water supply certainty, but price certainty. And that's a given with this 50-year contract.
I can truly say, based on more than 40 years of experience as a contract attorney representing public agencies on water projects, that this public-public partnership represents the epitome of wise, balanced, and reasonable long-term thinking in service to a core public purpose: long-term water resource security.
I'll tell you, it was a real challenge to provide the city with the flexibility they required while gaining for the district the reliability of a drought-proof water supply. Our 50-year agreement struck just this balance, and with water pricing that is a win-win for both city and district ratepayers. If this sounds easy, it's not. We congratulate the whole team and look forward to a face-to-face celebration when conditions warrant. Thank you.
The decision by the Montecito Water District to get desal water is about as audacious a move as this community made in the formation of this district in 1921, 100 years ago. In those days, there was basically an ag community in Montecito and a few large estates, but the water was all obtained through the creeks and a few wells, but it didn't prove to be reliable enough and not plentiful enough. So they drilled through the mountain right up here in back of us, built a basically a collection tunnel, as well as the Jameson Lake.
And it's hard to believe, but prior to this agreement, the community here has three supplies of water that are basically not dependable during droughts. And those three supplies, Jameson Lake being one, was really at what's known as dead pool during the drought. Lake Cachuma was down to about 7% of capacity. In 1 year in the drought, the State Water Project, the third supply, was down to 5% allocation. So it's really comforting to know the community, at least, is partially drought-proofed with 40% of its water coming from this 50-year contract with the City of Santa Barbara.
Hello, my name is Joshua Hagmark. I'm the Water Resources Manager, and we're here today to sign the water supply agreement. With me, we have Board President of the Montecito Water District, Floyd Wicks. We have Mayor Pro Tem, Kristen Sneddon, and General Manager Nick Turner. This is the culmination of 5 years of discussions between our agencies in which we've brought together this mutually beneficial agreement that really builds resiliency and reliability for water supply on the South Coast. And we're really excited about today's ceremony.
So we are here today to take a historic action, the signing of a 50-year water supply agreement between the City of Santa Barbara and the Montecito Water District. This agreement represents a great stride forward in water supply reliability for the district. It provides local, rainfall independent source of supply that is nearly 100% guaranteed. The district's participation in this partnership, which is secured by the city's desalination facility, complements the district's diverse water supply portfolio and provides more flexibility in essential resource management. Our customers can feel comfort knowing that the district's long-term water supply outlook is now more certain, and that this resource will be available in the future when it is needed the most. This agreement represents regional collaboration, mutual consideration, and careful planning. The execution of this agreement will commit both parties to broadening and strengthening the partnership for the coming 50 years. We appreciate this opportunity to stand together with the city in mutual service to our communities. The City of Santa Barbara and the Montecito Water District have been partners in significant water-related endeavors, such as the Kachuma Project, the Cater Water Treatment Plant, the State Water Project, and more, for far more than 50 years. And here's to the next 50 years. Board President Floyd Wicks, Mayor Pro Tem Kristen Sneddon, let's sign the agreement.
Thank you, Montecito Water District, for producing that wonderful video. Thanks to Mayor Pro Tem Sneddon for presiding over the actual signatures. I love the idea of having an in-person celebration when the pandemic conditions improve. We'll drink water, right? Who needs booze? And one of the things that we were talking about, before the ceremony started was the work we did together after the debris flow. And the City of Santa Barbara sent workers into Montecito to help the water district and the sanitary district. And indeed, Coast Village Road corridor is part of our jurisdiction. We're proud of our Coast Village Road businesses and the residences that are in that area. So we are a regional neighborhood. We love our Montecito neighbors. We're so glad to be in partnership, and we really look forward to working together on all of our needs. And grateful again, Mr. Wicks, Mr. Turner, all your staff, all your residents, all your water drinkers. Thank you, and we're grateful to be in partnership with you. And if there's nothing else, I congratulate everybody. I'm going to go get a drink right now of some good water. This meeting is concluded. I'll adjourn this event. Thank you so much.